Hello, friends. Welcome to this progressive muscle relaxation session. My name is Sarah. We will go through a full body tensing and releasing of our muscles. This is a great technique to employ after work to melt away the tension from your body and from your day, or before bed to help ease you into sleep. Progressive muscle relaxation has been clinically studied for several decades and has been shown to significantly reduce symptoms of anxiety and improve sleep quality. So I will invite you now to find a comfortable chair to sit in, ideally with your feet touching the floor, or if you're laying on a mat or on your bed, to find a position that feels right and comfortable for you. I'll also invite you to think of an affirmation or a mantra that is meaningful for you to repeat throughout the muscle relaxation. It would be great to be able to repeat something as you release the tension from your muscles as we go along. One mantra that you can try is, I am safe here in my body. Another one could be something like, I welcome positive feelings, or I release negative feelings. And I'll help you employ those as we go along if you desire. We'll begin at our feet. We'll point our feet like a dancer and begin tensing up our toes by curling them inward. You can take a deep breath here through the nose, and you can exhale through your mouth as you release the tension from your feet and relax your feet and your toes. You can take another breath here through the nose and out through the mouth. And you can repeat your mantra if you would like to. And we'll move on to the calf muscles. Tensing up our calf muscles. You might find that your feet flex as you do this, and that's perfectly fine. You can take a deep breath in, and you can release the breath as you release the muscles in your calf. Moving on to our thighs, tensing up the muscles in our thighs as we take a deep breath in. And we can release the muscles as we take a breath out. And as we move up to our hips, it might be a little bit tricky to try to tense the muscles of the hips. So you might want to engage the muscles of your bottom to help with the muscles in the hips. We carry often a lot of tension within our hips, so it's important to get these muscles into our session today. So I'll go ahead and tense our bottom and try to tense our hips as much as possible. Taking a deep breath in and releasing as we release the muscles. Let's go ahead and pause here just to take another breath. Taking a breath in and exhaling out. You can continue repeating your mantra if you would like to, if that's meaningful for you. And we'll move on to our stomach, tensing up our stomach as we breathe in and exhale out, releasing the tension from the muscles in our stomach. Moving on to our chest muscles. Tensing up the chest muscles. You might feel tension in your shoulders and arms as you do this, and that's perfectly fine. Tensing up the chest muscles as we breathe in and letting them go. Moving on to the big one here, which is the shoulders. We'll tense and release our shoulders a total of 3 times, since we carry so much in our shoulders throughout the day. Go ahead and tense up our shoulders. You might find that they pull up closer to your ears, or they might pull back as you tense them up, and that's perfectly fine. Taking a deep breath in and releasing. And we'll go ahead and tense them again. Tensing up our shoulders as we breathe in and releasing the muscles and releasing our breath. We'll do this one more time for good measure. Tensing our shoulders again, breathing in and releasing as we breathe out. Let's go ahead and take a breath here before we move on. We'll move on to our upper arms. Squeezing the muscles in our upper arms like we're showing off our biceps. Taking a breath in and releasing. We'll move on to our forearms. You might find that your hands curl up into a ball as you do your forearms. Squeezing the muscles in our forearms. So take a breath in and release. Moving on to the hands now. We'll tense up our hands by curling them into a fist. Squeezing your hands in the fist. So take a breath in and release the tension. You can open up your fist and you can wiggle your fingers if that feels good to you. Alright, we'll take a breath here. And release. Before we move on to facial muscles, take a moment to just notice any additional tension in your body and try to release it and relax. You might still feel some tension in your shoulders. Kind of roll them up and roll them out. We'll move on to our jaw muscles, our masseter. We'll gently tense this up by clenching the teeth together, not too hard, gently. And take a breath in as we do so. And then release as we open our mouth to exhale. You might open your mouth like you're yawning to try to get a little bit of a stretch in the masseter muscle. We'll move on to our forehead. And you can scrunch up your brow like you're furrowing your brow. Take a breath in. And breathe out and let the muscles go. We'll do one more as we lift up our eyebrows like we're surprised and tense up our muscles by lifting our eyebrows. Take a breath in, release. Take another breath here and release. Examine your body for any tension. And if there is any tension in your shoulders or your hips, your feet, take a moment here to tense up that area of the body as you take a breath in and release and relax. Thank you for joining me for this session. I would encourage you to practice with this session every day for the next week and see what it does for you. I am honored by your presence here. Take care.